morning, everyone. I am January Miguel C. Dayo, and I'm a student of BS Bio 2A. In the subject of science, technology, and society, in our assignment 101, we are tasked to discuss and make a video about it. So here are the questions and my answers to these questions. So number one, in your own thoughts, discuss the new normal in education. How did you find it? Is it advantageous to your part as a student? So first, I have to discuss the different contexts of where my answer lies. So in the new normal form of education, it is pretty convenient and inconvenient at the same time. In different contexts, an example, those students who are privileged enough to have necessary tools used for online learning such as laptops, computers, phones, good stable internet connections, and many more. And to those students whose family struggles to make ends meet, like they really don't have money for extra things like internet connection, they can't buy new gadgets, and as we all know, life now in this pandemic is pretty hard. There are so many who lost their jobs and etc. etc. So another context where the new form of education is pretty much convenient is in the health aspect. So the modified or new way of learning is pretty much convenient for everyone's safety and well-being. Since it is online or distant, the there are no contacts to other people, mostly because we go to school or through online or in the internet, so there are no contact with other people which may have caused or give us problems regarding the virus and the pandemic. So next is, how is it advantageous to me as a student? So personally, the new way of learning in the context of academic learning and understanding, like how do I learn, like that. So pretty much sucks. Like I give it a 3 out of 10 because first of all, it demotivates student. It it does not help because most students gets demotivated. They don't read anymore. There is no face-to-face interaction between the student and the teacher. There is no writing of notes because everything will be download PDF, download, just read, copy paste answers. So it really sucks in the intellectual aspect, but and it's also hard, especially to this you where subjects that needs actual and explanatory. It is really hard to understand it with just PDFs and everything without laboratory, especially in our course. So then, but who am I to complain when the whole country is in turmoil because of the pandemic? I think that the new normal of education has its pros and cons, but definitely it was made for the greater good. So next is the question, in a rate of 1 to 10, where 10 is the highest, how much will you give to describe the response of our Philippine government in addressing our current pandemic issue? Justify your answer. So since this is an opinion, so my conservative opinion is 5 out of 10, more likely lower than 5, because of course this is based on the news, like on the television or the national television and social medias, and it is our right to know things. It is, I think, a law. There is a law about that. So for example, just the other day, I think it was on 23rd, yeah, because as I was scrolling on my phone, the news just suddenly popped up that it was reported that we had 18,332 new COVID cases on that day only. So it was the highest single day tally in the Philippines. So this is from accredited news source, Rappler. So from this alone, we could tell that there is a surge in cases again, despite the more than a year lockdown implemented in the whole Philippines. I think we are the wo- we had the longest lockdowns in the whole world. So there are a lot of issues. So this shows that there is a kuan. This is another surge of cases. So there is something is wrong in the management. So next is there are more than that to give me my opinion of likely lower than 5. So there are a lot of issues that really supports my opinion. Like for example, the very hot issue in COA's or the Commission on Audit's report on the DOH fund, COVID pandemic fund, this 2021 I think which was 67.3 billion, which may have been not used or misappropriately used, or maybe even you put on the pocket of those politicians. Maybe it will be used for the next election, which is next year 2020. Though the issue has been more likely buried because they keep denying, and then it's very tiring because the government has very thick face, especially I don't know, I can't tell names actually. So there are little news of it today because it has already been resolved, but I believe that there are much more implications in the national government, especially in this pandemic. And my opinion or my suggestion is that the Philippine government should try harder and smarter and consider the well-being of its citizens and the country as a whole, not just for the benefit of the few. That's all. Thank you.